What's your favorite Jadakiss verse? That one was hard for me.
You go first on that. I wasn't even expecting that.
Would it be easier to say what's our favorite Jadakiss song? I want to know for the people in the chat. We got like 120-something people in here. What's your favorite Jadakiss verse? Bob T with the super chat says, without Steph in 15, they get swept by the 15 Cavs. LP says, Dubs. Yes, y'all got this one.
I know my favorite Jadakiss line is, y'all gonna give me my ass cap or get your ass capped.
Now you talk about his verse on, not Reservoir Dogs, but the breakthrough verse from DMX's album.
Oh, the Blackout verse.
Blackout verse.
And look, now you might see me in a Jag truck, mad stuck, either with a dime or a bad duck. No, that's up there.
He's one of those guys where it's like, I try to remember the verses that they were like breakthrough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first realized, like, yo, this nigga's nice.
Yeah.
And I think Money, Cash, not Money, Cash, Hoes, I'm tripping. Money, Power, Respect. Even though that was X's breakthrough verse too, I remember hearing
verse low key.
Yeah, and I remember hearing Jada's verse. I'm like, this dude is going.
Yeah, I sneeze on tracks and bless you.
I'm special. If you like working out, then I'm gonna stretch you.
Hustling is dead, but we still break bread, something like that.
Yeah, it's like turn spots in the bakeries to
get back bread.
Y'all said my money's dead, but it's in the Fed. Because when the dogs come to, when the feds come, the dogs can't get a cent. My story is self-explanatory. Then I'm the hottest thing in the streets, and y'all ain't got nothing for me.
Right. He's got a lot of stuff.
Song-wise, I'm still gonna go with "We Gonna Make It." "We Gonna Make It's" a classic.
That's the best song, and that's where the epic like Styles and Kiss back and forth like that. The origins of that is right there too. You know what I'm saying? They're back and forth. Yeah,
their back and forth is epic. Mr. Pragmatic with the super chat, appreciate the love. He said, if Steph wins it all, whose spot does he take on the all-time top 10 players?
He's not on the all-time top 10 players if he wins necessarily.
Hypothetically, if he did, can you name your top 10 again? I know we did it in a previous episode.
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Magic Johnson.
Okay.
LeBron James. Bill Russell. Tim Duncan. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Larry Bird. Where are we at?
We're at 8.
I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Hakeem Olajuwon, I know you're high on him.
I'm missing it. That's who I'm missing. There we go. Slide Dream in there. I mean, I know we had the Wilt conversation and I kept Wilt out, but you know, you made a very good argument, Mike. And when I thought about it, it's hard to keep Wilt out of the top 10.
He has every record there is.
Yeah, it's hard to keep somebody with every record there is outside of the top. Oh, Kareem, Mike. I didn't say Kareem.
You didn't say Kareem either.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what I mean is like him winning and get him in the top 10. I mean, okay, how about this?
I mean, out of those 10 people you name, there's nobody I'm bouncing for him.
Me, I'm about to say, most people would probably say Olajuwon or Bird, but it's like if you saw Olajuwon or Bird play,
hell no.
That's what I'm saying. I saw Olajuwon and Bird play. It's like I cannot say that.
Okay, I'll tell you what, in a blanket draft.
People need to understand this about Larry Bird. There was a 8-season stretch. Listen to this. There was an 8-season stretch where he either won the MVP or he came in second place for 8 years, and he won 3 straight. The other 5 years around that, he was second place for MVP.
I think the other thing people need to understand.
So it's pretty much for the bulk of his career. If he wasn't the best player in the league, he was the second best player in the league. When has Steph ever had it like that?
Larry Bird, at the 3, at the small forward position, he had a Hall of Fame power forward and a Hall of Fame center. He averaged more rebounds in his career than both of those guys. Yes. And that's not even talking about handling the offensive load.
I mean, dude, his career numbers look like 20. It's almost like what? It's 24, 11, and 7 or something like that.
Yeah,
that's absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mike 100 says Jada's verse on "Still Feel Me."
Oh yeah.
Mad Max says, "LOL, Steph needs
I like the original "Feel Me."
Yep. Mad Max says, "LOL, Steph needs to win a total of 5 chips and 2 Finals MVPs before we give him top 10. Let's not even act like winning the 4th chip and a Finals MVP gets him in the top 10, especially since 2 of those joints you got with KD. Let's be real.
Hold on. Okay, so let's have the real conversation. The conversation is like both him and KD are somewhere probably between 11 to 15.
I'm picking like KD over him any day.
Yeah, me too. But hold on. But listen to what I'm saying. I would have KD probably one slide ahead of Steph right now. And I'm telling you that, like, based on what happened to KD, that KD needs 2 rings and another MVP to get in that conversation. What you think Steph needs? So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
I mean, we saw when both of them were on the same team who the man was, right?
KD need 2 more rings. Kyrie has to go.
Nas the GOAT says Larry Bird coming off if Steph wins. No. Man. You got to go look at Bird's clutch moments, man. We can't really justify that. We can't justify that. Jay Short with the Super Chat says, happy birthday, Jada. But what's the difference between he and Fabulous's career? Jada gets praised, Fabulous gets forgotten.
Oh, that's not accurate.
Yeah, Jada's... listen, I like when they do the Freddie versus Jason, but Jada's the better MC of the two. But the Freddie versus Jason, I will give him. Fab was showing out. I think
Fab came off better, but just because you come off better on something doesn't make you the better MC. Kanye gets the best of Jay a bunch of times. I'm never putting Kanye ahead of Jay as a rapper.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mad Max with the Super Chat says, Nas the GOAT, stop it. Steph ain't Larry Legend. We're gonna act like Steph never beat Kawhi Leonard in a series and Kawhi ain't top 20 all time.
Larry Bird won 3 straight MVP, second 5.
Larry Bird was, you want to talk about degree of difficulty. Larry Bird was beating those Detroit teams, those Laker teams.
Sixer teams. Milwaukee Bucks
Houston.
teams. Dominant Atlanta Hawks teams, the Akeem and Ralph Sampson Houston team.
Yeah. Real competition. LP says, Steph is the best of his generation. KD's not ahead of Steph. There isn't a more accomplished player than Steph except for LeBron. Really? That's how y'all feel.
Okay, so all fairness to that, let's just unpack some things. First of all, Kevin Durant got to 25,000 points in under 1,000 games. You know how many players in NBA history have done that? 7. Steph isn't about to be one of them. So, like, Kevin Durant is a scorer somewhere that even though Steph is the best shooter of all time, has a scorer, Kevin Durant is somewhere special where Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem and LeBron are. Steph's not that. So if you talk about accomplishments, 25,000 points, 967 games. All right? Or something like that.
Bob T says, stop using the injury card against Steph. I love Zeke, but he won his first title against the Lakers, losing Magic and Byron Scott. Keep the same energy.
So what you're saying is that when players got injured, Isaiah beat them?
Well, I think that...
But didn't he beat them healthy too, though?
I think we brought up the fact that Golden State...
Didn't he beat them healthy too?
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that happened. He beat him healthy too. So it's like, why are you saying that? Because it's like he never beat LeBron healthy without KD, right?
And I think we all know that Kawhi wouldn't have won in Toronto if KD wasn't out, right?
And Steph wouldn't have been MVP of that series either, because that would have been KD's third final MVP in a row.
Yeah.
You see the one game he played, if Kawhi was the best on-ball defender of this generation, Kevin Durant, coming off an Achilles injury, walked up the court and prompted to go 4 or 5 in the first 4 minutes and started busting his ass. Every last one of those points was on Kawhi Leonard. We know what was about to happen.
Well, you know what? If Steph was top 10 like that, guys, don't y'all think they would have beaten that Toronto team? It's just my question. You don't think they had enough to beat that Toronto team? Because really, when you take KD off of that squad, I know they didn't have Harrison Barnes, but it's pretty much that same team that went out there and won 70-something games, right?
I mean, Clay got hurt, but I mean, I feel what you're saying. They still could have ran them out the gym in the time that
He could have put up some record numbers, right?
I mean, no, he should have went for 40 a game. Ain't no question about that.
Yeah. Now the GOAT says, so how is LeBron top 10 when he had to team up with other superstars to win, but y'all knocked Steph for playing with KD? Makes no sense at all. LeBron didn't play with a KD. Listen, I got love for D-Wade, but he's not KD.
Me too. Let's not get
I got love for D-Wade. I think D-Wade is incredible. But size-wise, and no, he's not KD.
No, he's not.
And not to mention, let's take this back. Because when LeBron teamed up with Wade and Bosh, yeah, he teamed up with his draft class, right? They didn't have much depth outside of that. And these guys had never played a full season together. KD jumped in a team that was already 73-9. And he's just replacing Harrison Barnes. They already have a system in play. All these guys have already played with the same system. The only new person in this equation is KD. So it's a little different.
He's the best pure scorer of the basketball ever. You can put him in any system.
Yeah. Jay Short says Steph's three's not falling. He can't contribute. I guess he's saying if his three's not falling, he can't contribute. Yeah. The other night we did see him when things weren't falling for him. He got a bunch of rebounds.
Well, here's the thing about it. If you think if you think Steph is better than KD, it's like, well, KD's actually a better passer than Steph too. Like, he has a more of a natural passing gift and eye for running a team than Steph does too. So he's a better scorer, rebounder, passer, defensive player. They played together. He won 2 Finals MVPs and led the team in all the statistical category. Well, pretty much like points and rebounding and blocks when he was there. He led the team in blocks when he was there. And Steph is better? Are you like, how? Like, where did that happen?
I think people just really like Steph. And that's
I'm giving Kevin Durant extra points for spending 10 years with Russell Westbrook because I think LeBron is the greatest basketball mind since Magic Johnson probably, and he didn't know what to do with Westbrook. KD went to 4 conference finals and an NBA finals with the same player.
No, that's real.
That's real.
LP says Steph has more scoring records than KD. They went 20-0 without KD and had a losing record without Steph, with KD on the floor. Mad Max says, LOL, Isaiah and the Pistons were smoking the Lakers so bad that Magic acted like he had a hamstring, my boy. He was getting cooked.
It was busting.
I love this back and forth, y'all. This is according to Sports Tonight. Bob T says, when did Zeke beat the Lakers healthy? Never. LP says, Zeke never beat a healthy Lakers or Celtics. Oh, man, this is getting heated.
Hold on, they right. They are right. They didn't beat a healthy Lakers because I think who they beat, Portland for that second championship?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, you can't control injuries and what happens. Listen to what we were just talking about with the whole KD, Steph, and Toronto thing. Kawhi didn't have 2 rings if Steph is if KD is healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even with Kyrie and the only reason why I mentioned Kyrie and Love going down is because Steph still didn't win that Finals MVP. Iggy did for guarding LeBron, and we talked about that in previous episodes. But when they both had their full teams, it wasn't the same effect.
Pre-KD.
Yeah, pre-KD. Mad Max says Kawhi Leonard is better than all of them peak for peak. He's the only one who did it. He did it. The MJ, Kobe, Wade, Steph, Bron, and KD, all great. But give me a healthy Claw.
Okay. I'm going to give you a healthy L.
Yeah. We'll see if the Claw can get it done again. I think he should have stayed in Toronto, man.
I do too.
I think people don't talk about... And I'm sure Toronto will take him whenever, they'll take him back. People don't talk about that misstep and the fact that he left this team prematurely. Mm-hmm. Mad Max says, did it the MJ Kobe way. He did. He went over there for 1 year. You know what? When you look at what Kawhi did, it's pretty incredible. He went over there 1 year. 1 year contract, really just kind of trying to get to where he wanted to go and won a championship.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. LP says KD blew a 3-1 lead. He has all the talent and none of the leadership. He's played with more top 75 players and top 4 point guards of his era.
Okay,
Man,
so
y'all not going to let us talk about hip-hop, huh?
So Russell Westbrook and Kyrie Irving are liabilities. I'm going to give LeBron extra credit for actually winning a title with Kyrie because much like LeBron hasn't learned how to deal with Westbrook, KD ain't learned how to deal with Kyrie swap. It's time for a point guard swap. Send them back to their respective owners, please.
Jay Short says Kareem got bogus free throws in 1988 in the last minute. That did happen.
Free throws. Those are not bogus free throws.
You don't think that? Come on, man. I saw the replay, man. Bill Laimbeer didn't foul him. He did. But because it's Bill Laimbeer and it's Kareem, certain people are going to get calls. It is what it is.
It has more to do with the latter than the former. That's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's 1988. Like how about this? In 1988, he's the greatest player of all time in most people's minds.